winter of 2017, when the bodies of 4 young men were pulled from the icy depths of Bristol's waterways and rivers over the course of as many months, fear and speculation grew that a serial killer was at large, a phantom hand pushing men to their watery graves. Whether real or simply conjured up by paranoia and whispers, the urban legend of the Bristol Pusher was born. While investigating the tragic drownings, what secrets might we find? Perhaps a killer hidden in plain sight? Or maybe something more insidious, dredged up from the murky depths of human history? At the heart of the city stands a statue of Neptune, the Roman god of the sea, wielding his mighty trident. This powerful figure is said to serve as a constant reminder of Bristol's rich maritime heritage and its enduring connection to the sea. A closer look at the statue's inscription reveals its past. Originally located at the site of an old reservoir called Temple Conduit on Temple Street, it has journeyed through various locations within the city's Temple area before finding its final resting place in the center. The placement of a Roman statue in temple, a temple being a place of non-Christian worship, is a subtle hint to Bristol's complex history. But there's an even deeper connection with the city of Bristol and the Roman god Neptune, one that isn't immediately visible to the naked eye. A secret that hints at a system where numbers and letters intertwine. There is a simple alphanumeric code where each letter has a corresponding number, 1 through 26. There is also a reverse code where the number values are reversed. In this system, the letter Z becomes number 1 and A becomes 26. Finally, there is the alphabet with the rules of numerology, where double digits are reduced to single digits. For example, K, which is traditionally the 11th letter, becomes 2 by adding 1 plus 1. Writing the words Bristol and Neptune are an identical match in all 3 systems. In ancient times, the Roman god Neptune was one of only 4 gods deemed important enough to daily life to offer sacrifices. While official records proclaim the sacrifice of bulls, a darker truth emerges from the archaeological records. Dismembered human remains whisper of a clandestine practice, the defiance of Roman law through the ritualistic slaughter of innocents. Babies, prisoners, and the elderly, offered to appease the gods, fell victim to superstitious rites long misattributed to Celtic druids. Among the many Celtic gods, a tribal deity, Tatis, demanded a chilling form of sacrifice: ritual drowning. Earlier, I alluded to the 4 drownings that occurred over a 4-month period within 2017, which we'll look at shortly. However, a 5th tragedy unfolded that year, casting a long shadow over the River Avon. In the early hours of May 5, 2017, police received a call from worried friends and family of 25-year-old Bristol man Isaac Morris, who had left the house the previous evening and failed to return. An exhaustive search, tragically curtailed by the discovery of a purported suicide note, was met with despair. A week later, the river, unforgiving, surrendered his lifeless form. The date he was reported missing, May 5th, marks the 125th day of the year. The date his body was reclaimed from the river, 12th of May, is written 12/5. The alphanumeric value of his name also converges upon 125. A chilling echo of Tu Tatis, the Celtic deity whose victims met their watery demise. Isaac Morris became the fifth body found in the water that year, part of a grim procession of loss that had gripped the city. The fourth, that of 33-year-old Bristol man Jason Gurgle, was found in Bristol's floating harbour on the very same day that Isaac Morris was last seen, May 4th. Bristol's floating harbour is a domain seemingly under the watchful gaze of Neptune, trident held aloft. Neptune is the Roman counterpart of Poseidon, the Greek god who preceded him. The ancient Greeks, practitioners of isopsephy, wove intricate numerical tapestries from words. Using the reverse English alphabet, the name Poseidon yields the number 119. A curious symmetry emerges. Amphitrite, his formidable consort, a sea goddess of considerable power in her own right, also equates to 119 using the standard alphabet. 119 then becomes a cipher, a code of the sea god. And here the threads of fate meet with unsettling precision. 119. The very day of the year Jason Gurgle's life was surrendered to the harbour's muddy embrace. The planet Neptune, born of mathematical prophecy, the first to be divined, not by sight, but by the abstract language of numbers, holds a spectral greenish-blue luminescence, reminiscent of the oceans under a clear sky. Within the celestial wheel of astrology, planet Neptune reigns over the watery realm of Pisces, a sign symbolized by the dual fish, forever bound yet swimming in opposing currents. The trident, planet Neptune's own emblem, speaks of dominion over the unseen tides. Those born beneath the sun's passage through Pisces, between the 19th of February and the 20th of March, are said to inherit something of this watery essence. It was on the 24th of February, under the watchful gaze of Neptune, within the tides of Pisces, that Abdu Mahmoud, a resident of Bristol, aged 29, vanished. A police statement offered a scant clue. The last confirmed sighting of him that night placed him in the Temple Way area. The somber news of his fate arrived with the press's announcement on the 18th of March. His body recovered from the River Avon, still within the month of Pisces, as if drawn to its cold depths by Neptune's call. Toxicology reports offered a stark, unsettling truth. His system was clear of illicit substances. The trace amount of alcohol detected was attributed to the natural processes of decomposition, a grim reminder of the time that had elapsed since his death. The official line was cautious. Foul play could not be ruled out, but for his family the truth was clear. The still body of Lewis Ball, a 24-year-old Bristol man, was recovered from the waters of Bristol's floating harbour on February 27th, a mere 3 days after Abdu's disappearance, still within the month of Pisces. Press reports indicate that Lewis Ball was last seen at 3:20 a.m. The number 320 can also express a date. March 20th, the final day of Pisces. Indeed, his very name bears a striking parallel to the Roman god of the sea. It was as if the city was haunted by the watery abyss. The echoes of fate reverberated further. The day Lewis Ball initially vanished, February 5th, is the same day that 24-year-old Deacon Williams of Bristol was discovered floating face down in the harbour's uninviting waters. It is a chilling synchronicity that February 5th falls within the astrological period of Aquarius, the water bearer, a cosmic sign steeped in the symbolism of flowing waters. But even more interesting is the date 5th of February. The date 5th February can be written in two ways, depending on what side of the world you are located. This is the flood code. In the book of the Bible, a global flood destroys all life on earth. The biblical flood story is widely recognized to have been derived from one of the oldest writings in the world, the Epic of Gilgamesh, in which the god Enlil, enraged by the overpopulation and noise of human beings, creates a cataclysmic deluge to cleanse the earth of human life. In the Bible, the great floods recede from the earth, in Genesis 8, verse 3. The River Avon is reported to be 83 miles long. Simply writing Avon sums to 52. River Avon flows through the Avon Gorge. A gorge is defined as a narrow valley between hills or mountains, with a river or stream running through it. The word gorge is also encoded with the flood code. These are the truths of Bristol and its ancient waterways. Beneath the cobblestones and asphalt lie secrets carried on the currents of the River Avon. They speak of old gods, not consigned to history and myth, but still worshipped in the hushed corners of the world.